get us all in there.
Enjoy raking.
I've been there about 4 years.
See, I was telling
5
him,
years.
since I'm out of high school, I'm thinking about getting into the truck driving business.
All right, Billy.
Also, I'm going to stay long right now. I really miss home.
You ready?
I'm always ready.
Don't need no headphones or nothing here. We're just talking to the camera. What's going on, boys and girls? Welcome to Hound Dogs. Welcome to Orange and White Day, Saturday. I don't know if you guys know who this guy is. Of course you do, because you watch Volunteer Roadshow. But this is my good friend now, Billy Ratliff. Played on a special team back in 1998. Won a couple of games, didn't you, Billy? You guys won a few games.
A couple of games, man. We won a lot of games, man.
Did you guys do anything special that year?
Oh, man, you know, we had a lot of special moments, man. 98 was a great year for us, man. 13-0, you know, undefeated, you know, first BCS champions, and you know, it was a special year for us.
First BCS champion.
Yes.
That's big. That's something that'll never change. What was it like out in Tempe for that championship game? You know, I don't know if anybody was even asking me that.
Well,
all these questions.
You know, that championship year, man, after the last game, man, to me, it still felt like it was unfinished business, man. You know, when we beat Florida State, you know, it still felt like we had someone else to play. You know? And that's when I think, you know, we start thinking we wish it was a playoff at that time. You know, because you always have that one team that said they should have been in the championship game, and I think that year it was Tulane. And of course, they had a good quarterback, and I was like, Tulane. I don't think they would even sit in the tub with us that year.
Oh, they would have needed
it's kind of like it's kind of like how everybody was talking about with Central Florida, going to play Alabama, Georgia. You know, you're talking about hot and cold. You know, it's two totally different teams.
How do you think UCF would have done against Alabama and Georgia? I don't think they would have beaten them, but do you think they could have hung with them?
I mean, I think they would have competed with those guys or whatever, but I still think that the results would have been the same. You're talking about a team that's playing the same type of ball game with twice the size of these kids, and it's tough when you got size like Alabama and speed like that. You know, in Central Florida, they had that as well. But, you know, when you get to that fourth quarter, you're playing teams like Georgia and Alabama. It's tough, you know.
What, you know, Tennessee's obviously in a rebuilding mode right now. And I've heard you say that you don't think we're very far away. I don't either. You know, I don't think it's going to be this year, but how do you think we'll do against the Georgians and the Floridas and Alabamas? Are we ready to compete with those guys?
Well, you know, I still say we got another year or so before I think we really compete and be physical like I think we should. You know, a lot of people think it's going to be instant results when it comes to that. You know, you got to have a strength and conditioning coach with these kids for at least 3-4 years before you see that real results of that strength that you see that Alabama and Georgia have like that. You know, Georgia, you know, Smart, he got lucky with what he had. He inherits a great situation.
Yeah.
You know, everybody don't understand that. He already had these recruits, and you know, you got a coordinator like him coming from Alabama, going to an already great team already. You know, these kids are still going to come. They're already loaded, so they didn't skip a beat when it came. They actually they got a little bit better because you know that's when they got over the hump with some of these 5-star players that Georgia was losing going to Alabama. Now they were staying in Georgia, or they were coming to Tennessee. Now they're staying in Georgia because of that. Tennessee, we still got a long way to go, man, when it comes to recruits, man. We getting some good recruits, but I think it's going to be another 2-3 years before we get those results.
Yeah, I know. I think you probably heard Jeremy Pruitt got here. He said one of his quotes that I laughed at was, in the SEC, you got to have big trucks. We need bigger trucks. Are we getting bigger trucks?
I think we are, man. We'll see that this year with some of the incoming freshmen. That we got a lot of big guys coming. We haven't had that in a long time when we have real offensive linemen. You know, it's been a while since we had the 6'6", 320. You know, now we get, you know, the 6'2", 280, and we got to build them up, or they're either too big. You know, it's been a while since we've been able to like move a defensive lineman to offensive lineman. Like I wish we could have did with the McKenzie guys and all that, because no one realized this guy could have been a great offensive lineman, and that's what Pruitt's going to bring now. You know, that's what this spring game is all about. finding guys that can get on the field in the right positions. And it's been a while since we had the right guys in the right positions and the guys buying into that situation. So I think we're heading in the right direction, but I still think we're 2-3 years away. Man.
Did you, and this is not a Butch Jones bashing section by any means, but did you get to come back up and be on the sidelines during any of the games while he was here, any of the practices?
I mean, it was different with him, man. He wasn't that, you know, I still say he was a showcase guy. You know, he was all about, you know, I mean, of course, you know, he all the sayings and stuff. I didn't believe in it, but that was just him, though. You know, I don't fault the man for what he did. You know, he was selling the way he knew how to sell.
Right.
And anytime a coach do that, you know, you can't bash him for that. You know, he did what he knew how to do. And, you know, I never really get a chance to really meet him like I wish I could have. But it is what it is. You know, he did what he had to do to make it his product, and he did a good job at it, you know, with all the, you know, the brick by brick and all these things, or third down for what or whatever.
Famous trash cans.
I just, and that was the worst thing ever. How can you come up with a trash can, man? That just made us look even
That
worse.
set us
A
up
trash
so bad.
can.
Oh, man.
I would have rather had a stick or something,
Yeah, something, an axe or
a cricket or something.
And then the guy running down, I'll never forget the Georgia Tech game. Was it the Georgia Tech game? Was he here for Georgia Tech?
Mhm.
Yeah, that was his last year, I think. Had the guy running down the sidelines with the trash can helmet.
Oh my gosh.
That's the
man,
first
yes.
thing I'd seen about the trash can. I'm
Yeah,
like, what in
man.
the world is that? Garbage. You know,
That's
no
exactly
pun
what it
intended.
was, man.
Yeah.
Garbage, man.
You remember when Derek Dooley was here, he was pretty bad about
Mhm.
the sayings and the cliches and the trying to. Do you remember the concrete dog?
I
This
don't.
thing, he used to roll this big orange concrete dog around on a dolly at practice.
Yes, that's right. Yes, I do.
Something
Yes, I
for
do.
motivation.
I do remember
yeah.
that now.
I
Yes.
still don't know what that
Well,
was.
that's what I didn't get, man. Like these coaches, I mean, I understand they wanted to come in and do some of the things that they like to do, but the one thing that they all forgot about is tradition. You know, you
Talk about
have to exactly. You have to leave some of that stuff in place.
Yeah.
You know, with the ball walk, you got to have those things. You know, I like what they're doing with the ball walk, but I like it the old school way where we did it. We came from the complex, from the meeting room, and we walked all the way down there. That's when we got warmed up.
You guys didn't get on a bus.
Oh, we didn't get on no bus, man. The bus was no. By the time you got
That
to
was
the
Gibbs
field,
holidays.
yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
And by the time you got to the field, the locker room, you drenched in sweat. You know, we talking
Ready
about
to
wearing
go.
a suit and walking what half a mile to the stadium.
Mhm.
Oh man, it was tough, man. I enjoyed that because it was a chance for us to really engage with the fans, you know, because now it's more of like a quick shot to the locker room.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's the fans are not even next to them. Like, no, you know, we should be able to like high five the fans and stuff. It's not like that anymore.
It's getting pretty bad where
Yes,
they
I mean-
got everything. They keep the fans
Mm-hmm.
pushed away.
And I don't get it. I mean, I understand like, you know, the whole security or whatever, but I don't think anybody's gonna hurt the kids like that, man. I think
No.
they're genuine fans or whatever. I mean, we had a lot of great players back then, like Peyton, you know, Jamal, Al, you know, no one ever messed with these guys. You know, they scream their names or high five them or dap them up or anything. But it's getting to be where it's commercials now.
Yeah, everything's about, well, like you said, commercialism, and,
Yes.
and what can you do to bring more money in? And I get it. You know, it's all the money's what drives everything. We know that. I mean, you're not going anywhere without money. But like you said, the traditions, they all talk about it. All the coaches still do the maxims before the games. What did you guys, the players, think about the maxims? Is that
Well, I'll tell you this here. The first time when I saw the game maxims on the stadium and everybody was saying the game maxim, I felt disrespected in a sense because I thought that was sacred to just the players. I didn't know that everybody did it. I didn't know that Jeter Needham put it out there for everybody to be there with because I just thought it was ours.
something in the
Yes,
locker
you know,
room?
and that was something that it shocked me when it happened. But I like it though after the, you know, when I realized the fans were really in tune to it. But the one thing that I still don't think they understood what we took away from it was each one of those lines they meant something to us. It's what we did on the field, everything.
I'm gonna put you on the spot. Do you remember the Maxims?
Oh man, come on now.
Just say yes.
Oh
Just
man.
say yes, and we'll move
Well,
along.
I'll tell you this. I know the game Maxims.
You probably know them inside. You know what to
I
do.
know him, man. I know him. And it was always some of the guys that didn't know him.
Oh yeah.
Because we always had a cheat sheet now. It was always on the board over there. And you always see some guy always kind of look over there to the left.
It's on the board,
Yes, exactly. It's always to the board. And you always see one of the younger guys, they kind of look over to the corner and it's like, carry the fight to And I was like, come on, man, you don't know these lines? You should know this. And many times if we say these things, that should be sacred. You should know these things like a book, like a test.
What about fight song and stuff like that? You see it in a lot of schools after the game's over, the team will either gather around the band or they'll get with some of the fans and they'll sing the fight song. And even we were talking earlier about the movie Greater, when they all finally kind of became friends with Brandon Burlsworth, the other guys got up close to him and they were singing the fight song. Did you guys ever do that? I know you had the song after big wins, we don't give a damn about the whole state of Alabama, Georgia, Florida. We know you knew that, but did you guys ever?
That was the only one we had, man. It was like, I can't really say the exact words that we said or whatever.
Right.
It was more like whoever we was playing, we didn't care about the whole state of whoever we playing.
Right.
That was our song, man. We took pride in that. It was the happiest thing ever, especially after that first win.
Oh yeah.
And then the last win in the bowl game. It was always the most exciting time when me and the guys get together and we're doing that fight song. It was fun.
I've noticed, I watch, obviously me and Catfish, Bobby C, we're good friends, we watch each other's stuff. I haven't seen anybody, unless I just missed it, ask you about Peyton Manning.
Mm-hmm.
And I figure, the fans that ask you questions, the first thing, man, what about Peyton Manning?
Bobby Durkin did.
Did he? My only question was, did he moon that girl? You never did anything like that, did you, Billy?
Oh man, it didn't go down the way everybody portrayed it went
And
down.
it's probably changed 100 times.
Yeah, it was a whole lot. I think it was a little bit more to it than what it seemed though. But it is what it was, man. You can't hurt the hustle that happened with the situation. But
what's women doing in the locker room anyway?
I know, but the thing is, Peyton is he loves to have fun, man. He was joking or whatever. It was just an innocent situation that just happened at the time.
Somebody got some money out of it. Twice, by the way.
Oh, man.
It's amazing what people will do. And no disrespect to that young lady.
No, not at all, not at all. I mean,
maybe she felt, I don't know.
Well, I mean, the thing is, like, I knew a person. I mean, she's a good person, man. She was. I have nothing bad to say about her.
She was a trainer, right?
Yes. One of the best ones I ever had. She was great at what she did. It's just one of those situations, man. I mean, she had to do what she had to
overlooked.
do. Yes.
The trainers are, very important, and a lot of diehard college football fans, they make fun of the band. Mm-hmm. They make fun of the kids in the band. And it's all part of it. And that's one thing I personally miss about Neyland Stadium. Now, you know how they got everything mic'd up. They got Sterl the Pearl out there before the game, and I love Sterling. Dude is awesome. If you're half as hyped as that dude, you're probably overhyped.
Oh, man.
But there's something missing to me about the old school atmosphere, like from '98. The band wasn't mic'd up. You could hear the band, but that was college football. It was the fans, the players, the band. It was college football. Now it kind of feels, I hate to say it kind of feels like you're going to a concert or something.
In a sense, yes. I mean, even when I go to the stadium, it kind of hurts me in a way because it's not like it was when I was there. You don't see the excitement in the stands. You don't even see the wave anymore. It's those little things that was just so fun about the traditions of the stadium. A lot of things just changed, though. It's just not the way it used to be. So,
have you sat up in the stands recently in the last few years, or are you usually down on the field when you go to the games?
Well, it just depends. To me, it's all about the weather.
I hear you there. For me, it's all about
That too.
I
That
can't
too.
do that.
Like me, I love interacting with the fans. I mean, I can talk to them and listen to what they're thinking and stuff
Right.
because it's fun sometimes. And then there's some times where you just want to just go up to the press box or whatever and just watch the game. And then sometimes you want to go on the sideline and just kind of like see the reaction of the players and see how they go in. You know, it was like, for instance, like what game was it? We was on the sideline for the Florida game for the national our union, and I remember us running through the tee, and when we came to the sideline, and I remember seeing some of the players over there, and the look they had in their eye, I was like, "Yep, we're gonna lose." They was not ready to play, man. It was like it was almost like they were starstruck to see us run through the tee. I'm like, guys, no.
Yeah.
This is y'all. This is your time to shine. Go
And
on,
you hear that so much. I've been hearing that forever about the Florida game where our kids hope to win. You know, the Florida kids expect to win, and that's the way it looked a lot of times. And Ryan, if you're in here, shut up. Keep your mouth shut, son. We know where you live. We're just right down the road from you. But no, really, that used to irk the crap out of me. Like, how can you not be ready for a football game? The motivation, you know, I mean, did you ever have to be motivated by anybody to play a
I
game?
never had to be motivated. My motivation was this guy right across from me every single time.
Comes from within, don't it?
You know, it's like when people say, you know, you have like the, how would they call it? You know, like with golfers where, you know, you get in their heads and all that
Yeah.
stuff. It's totally different with football, man. If the thing is, because if you're going to hit me, I got a free chance to hit you back. That is
Right.
great motivation for me. I get to knock you out. That's
And not go to jail for it.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. That's awesome. Billy, I'm going to give some of these other guys a chance. More important, I'm going to give you a chance to rest your vocal cords. Billy's been at this for, about an hour and a half now, talking to person after person. Not that he don't like it. He loves it, you know, but we're going to give him a chance to kind of walk around and see what's going on here and maybe interact with some people. I'm going to get Catfish on here for a minute and some of my boys.
Yes, sir.
Have been
Come
out
on
here
in,
all
guys.
day. Good to see you, Billy. Who wants to step up first? Catfish, any of you guys come on around. We don't have to put the headphones or nothing. We're just chopping it up with how many people? Oh, 12,000.
60,000.
12,000, I think. I can't
12,000?
Yeah, 12,000.
That's
I didn't
11,000.
share it. You guys need to share that for me. I didn't get a chance. When I'm on my computer, I can share it on Facebook and Twitter, but I haven't figured out how to do that yet on my phone. So, how's it going, man? Haven't seen you face to face in almost a year. Since we were on the, since we were on the
It
truck.
ain't been no year.
I said almost a year. June. And we're what? April, May, June. We're 2 months away, man.
Golly, has it been that long?
Yeah, time
But I
flies.
talk to you every day.
Yeah. You guys know, man. We talk every day, and certain things we can't talk about.
That's right.
We were hoping to have
Are we gonna
Lionel
tell
Richie
we're
here
gonna
today.
tell the Lionel Richie
No.
story? All right, here's the deal,
All right,
guys.
tell him.
Here's the deal about Lionel Richie. All right, there's this girl. Can I tell it?
No.
No, I'm not telling. I promised I wouldn't tell it.
Lionel Richie is on American Idol every Sunday and Monday. If you want to know the Lionel Richie story, call him up, ask him. He'll tell you. I promise. If he won't, Katy Perry will. That one's going to my grave.
What do you call an arm? A guy with no arms and no legs, water skiing?
Catfish.
Skip.
It's not as funny the thousandth
I
time.
know. We've told that to each other 1,000 times.
You know, I've got all that footage stored in my other computer, and I'm going to break it out.
You've been saying that for almost a year.
I'm saving it, man. I'm saving it for hard times. Like right now, when there's only, I can't tell. I can't see the phone. Yeah, obviously, we're not using the OBS program here on my show today because Catfish has got this nice little setup here, and I don't want to disrupt any of the magic.
We're having a
that's
good
going on.
time. Come out and see us.
We are.
You mentioned Volunteer Roadshow. You get 10% off everything in here.
Hey, and don't forget if you mention BBD TV,
They'll add 10% back, and then you don't get a discount.
you get .001. See, I give you that with Angie. I can even guarantee that here with Jesse at Hound Dogs too. No, really, man, this place it's bumping
packed.
today. Yeah, I dropped in last night for about an hour, and they were busy today. It's been a steady flow.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to go see that team down the road, you know, on campus.
What do you want to see today?
I want to see two arms, however you say his name, Maurer,
Yeah.
and Stroud. And then, of course, you know, the other freshmen I want to see.
I want to see them two 5-star freshman offensive linemen out there busting it up.
Yeah, you know, I don't know how much we'll really see out of the big physical guys. As Billy said, this is a showcase for the fans. Granted, they all want to, you know, they're out there trying to get busy and show what they can do for the coaches. But anybody gets hurt today, they're going to get hurt. Because I'm going to go down there and hurt.
That's what I want. No injuries. That's the number one thing. I want to get out of here with no injuries. And you know, every year that always seems like there's an injury.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's going to be hard to.
It's football.
It's going to be hard for them to uphold your promise.
Yeah.
If they get out there and get hurt.
Yeah.
They're lucky they don't have to go against myself or Catfish or any of these
I've
other
got
guys
4 years of eligibility left.
I got 5.
Do you?
Yeah.
Can we transfer them over to Billy?
You know, Billy's not as big a guy as I thought he would be.
He's lost some weight.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Billy's a big dude.
He's on a diet.
Looks like he could still play.
Does the keto
could
diet.
have definitely played in the AAF.
Oh, yeah.
We could play in it now.
I think he said he's 50 pounds lighter now than he was.
He looks good. He looks good. I know.
And the little guys, the DBs, like Fred White, weighs like 280, 290.
Fred White's not a little guy. You know,
I know, but
see him
when he
on
plays,
shows, yeah, he's still. I mean, the camera adds 10 pounds to most people. To me, it adds about 50, and it takes your teeth away. In case you guys were ever wondering, you know what happened to mine. I'm just saying. But no, really, we're having a good time out here. We've got some guys.
Aaron Ross, Michael Rector, Matt G, Matt 7397.
Yes, right. And we had Matt Downs was here earlier.
Yeah, Matt Downs.
We're still waiting on Flint to get here, but I know how
Did
Flint
you see what they gave me?
Did you see what they gave me?
What?
You're looking at it.
Nothing.
Jesse didn't give me nothing.
And he gave me this
You
shirt.
think you can fix that for me? You think I can get like a piece of paper that says, I take that back. I spent some money here and I did get a really cool Hound Dogs bag that's so much better than that plastic clear one that I've been using in my videos. So I'm stepping up. I'm representing Hound Dogs with a white plastic bag now.
How'd you get a white?
Well, I guess they saw my shirt and said that guy must be important.
Who's reading some comments? Any comments on
They're
this?
hard to see on here with shout out to everybody
As
in
long
here.
as Pixie Speed can see that.
Read it.
As long as they didn't give you herpes, you're fine.
That's a good point. You know, I would hope if they do have it, they are giving it away, Pete, because I don't know anybody that would actually pay for that. Well, that's not true. In Vegas, they pay for it all the time.
What you talking about, Willis? Really?
You've been to Vegas?
Yeah.
I've seen a sign for it.
Have you seen a sign from Vegas?
And the Grand Canyon. And you know,
I've seen that sign at least 1,000 times.
Yeah, brag about it. Why don't you? You know, Catfish, he's on the road constantly, so he never gets to sit down like this out in the open air and hang out with cool people like me and all the Matts and everybody. You know, did you mention this Marable guy right here?
Yeah, I said Aaron Ross, didn't I?
I didn't know. Not only am I blind.
He's a Marable. Now look at that.
Oh,
Marable, and he's wearing a Greenville High School.
I'm gonna get him over here. In fact, get out of here. Let me get him over here now. Get somebody in here that will talk high school football with me. What's going on there?
Oh, how you doing?
Good to see you, brother.
You as well.
Look at that hat, man. You guys, look at that. You guys see that? I'm not gonna call him a fan, but that's a dude right there. That's a dude. He's a big Marable fan. You went there, didn't you?
Yeah, I was graduated from there.
Did you by chance play on the football team? Or?
Freshman year, I did wrestling there too.
I tell you what, this is Orange and White, and we'll talk a little bit about Tennessee football. But being around high school football for the last 10 years, like I have, I've seen a lot of kids. Shout out to all the kids that play high school football that never see the field as a starter or in an important game, because I see a lot of kids every year that come in as freshmen at Greenville. They run the ladders, they do all the weightlifting, they follow all the rules, they don't get in trouble. And for 4 years straight, these guys bust their hind ends and never get any recognition. So shout out to all you guys, wherever you are, that do that, because that's commendable.
Absolutely.
It is. I mean, and
And
it's not easy.
tough. High school practice, people don't realize they push you really hard. You know?
Yeah, but especially places like Maryville.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're pushing them hard down on campus right now.
Sure hope so.
They need to be.
I sure hope so.
Everybody's asking the question, and I'll ask you, what are you what are you watching for today when you go? When you go to a spring game, 2 things you want to see.
Right now, one, I want to see no injuries. That's the biggest thing.
That's
But
number one.
I want to see some improvement in the offensive line. You know, I know it's hard with the spring game because everybody's not, hitting as hard as they are, and you don't have hits on the quarterback. But I would like to see our offensive line step up. I'd like to see how Garantano handles pressure. I didn't think
we know how he handles pressure.
I didn't think he handled it well last year.
I want to see how he handles no pressure. That's what I'm looking for.
Last year at the Orange and White game, he was dead on accurate when he didn't have no pressure.
Yeah.
And I was hoping that would pour over into the season, and at times it did. I thought Garantano actually he surprised me at times. He was pretty accurate with his passes. I know that one Hail Mary play at against Kentucky at halftime. That was a big time pass for him. He can put the ball where he needs to be when he just has a chance to throw it.
I hate to mention this guy's name on my live stream, but I'm going to mention Uncle Lou.
He's in the chat right now.
Uncle Lou, you're going to enjoy this one, Uncle Lou. Uncle Lou is always giving Tennessee shit about the whatever it was, the quarterback toss or whatever the stuff that Butch Jones used to do, the skills competition. Since you mention that all the time, Lou, I think you can appreciate this. I think with Garantano as our quarterback, if they had a skills competition, I think it should be the quarterback on his back toss. Like, have the quarterbacks all laying on their back to see how accurate they are.
I'm sure Garantano will win that one.
Oh, man, if they had that position in the NFL, he'd be like a multi-billion-dollar, signee.
I will give this to Garantano. He's one of the toughest Tennessee quarterbacks that I've seen in a long time.
I don't think anybody ever questions his toughness. How long have you been? I know I'm not going to say your age, but I know you're a young guy. Do you go to the spring games every year?
I do. That's the one game that I make sure that I'm at. I try to go to at least 1 or 2 regular season games a year, but last year I didn't make it one, but I do always make it to the spring game.
Yeah, I mean, if you live within an hour,
it's free. How could you not?
Right.
How could you not go?
Why would you not? Unless it's pouring the rain, and I can understand.
Yeah.
I don't want to run a really long stream because we've been out here for a while now. But Aaron, good talking to you. Aaron's going to hang out. We'll probably hang out for the rest of the day. I want to get a couple other people in here.
All right.
Michael, this guy has the best shirt that I've seen out here today. I don't know where he got it.
Got to get you one of them.
Everybody's got to get you one of those. How's it going, Michael? Good to see you, man. Michael's good. Michael's a local boy. Local man. Lives in the same area as I do. You go. Dude had a Cubs shirt on. You go to all the spring games?
I try to. I didn't go last year, but I've been to the last 7 before that one. So try to make it at least once.
We'll go right past it. What are you looking for today? Because everybody's answer is going to be no injuries, offensive line, blah, 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 yada, yada. What was your first Tennessee game?
The first Tennessee game I ever went to was when we humiliated Georgia in 2015. When we came back, I don't remember exactly how much, but we ended up winning 34-31, I believe.
Yeah.
And that was by far the most surreal experience I've ever been a part of.
I'm trying to think of what year that is. I bet Uncle Lou knows what year that is. I'm having a real hard time seeing the comments, so all you people that are in there leaving comments, I appreciate it. Shout out to all of you guys. maybe someday when I get some new glasses, I'll actually be able to see. The only way I knew this was Michael is because he had this awesome shirt on.
Had the marker on it.
Yeah, yeah, that is beautiful. You guys need to. I don't have the number with me, and I should know it by heart, but I'm gonna put that number. Look here, Jesse's bringing chicken. We might be getting out of here sooner than I thought. By the way, Jesse, say hello to everybody. This
Hey,
is
how's
Jesse,
it going, guys?
the main guy at Hound Dogs here, taking care of everybody today.
What about you, BBD? What was your first game experience?
1980, Tennessee and Pittsburgh. They killed us. Dan Marino was a freshman. I don't think he might have played mop up that day, but they killed us 30-6. And I've told the story. They played the song "Another One Bites the Dust" by Queen that day. And man, to this day, if I hear that song, I want to punch somebody.
Loaded up. I tell you, there's nothing worse than I went to the 2017 game when Georgia humiliated us, and the Georgia fans were singing "Rocky Top" behind my head.
Oh man, that would have killed somebody.
That was probably the worst thing that I've ever been a part of. Trying not to say anything. But, yeah, other than that, it's pretty embarrassing game.
Oh yeah. First road game.
First road game, have still yet to get to it.
Oh man, you got to get to a road game. Nobody talks about them that much. To me, road games are more fun than home games.
Oh yeah, if you win, you can walk out of there.
Oh yeah, you own the place.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
What about you? First road game.
First, man, I think my very first road game might have been Kentucky. You know what? Nobody's ever asked me that before. That's a good question. I'll have to think about that when I get back to you. I know I've been to Kentucky several times. I've been to Vandy. Been to Alabama multiple times. Alabama might have been my first road game down in Birmingham. South Carolina, I've been there. Into Florida. Probably never go back.
Now, winning is always fun. It's always fun. So,
Winning? Did you say winning?
yes, winning. It's always fun.
What day
So,
do you work?
what would you
Every day?
say the fan base that you just love just
Where you work
completely
at?
trashing and winning against them in way that you can in any sport?
My office
Well,
for the water
Georgia
fountain
fans,
place right over here,
historically,
in front of Best Buy.
and I'm going to be nice,
And then,
Georgia fans have
also
been the
working
worst
at the Forge
in my
at,
experience over my
museum up
lifetime. And
there,
I'm not
taking pictures and stuff.
taking a shot at Lou because he's in here. That's just the experience I've had. Went to Georgia one time. They were actually very nice to me when I was in Athens. But up here, it just seemed like I'm not going to tell the stories, but I've got some horror stories from Georgia fans up here in our backyard. And then we'd kick their hind end in football, and you wouldn't hear a word from them on the way back.
I've heard some horror stories about Florida games.
Florida fans, yeah. It was awful going down there.
My fan base that I just love when we beat them in any sport is Florida, for sure. To me, I don't know. There's just something about Florida fans, people. Beating them in anything was just a good day.
Yeah, anything.
Yeah, absolutely anything. Whether it's water polo, anything.
Do we have a water polo team?
I don't know. I think we have a bowling team.
We need if we can beat Florida at it, we need to get a water polo team. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
We haven't had a lot of luck.
Yeah.
Man, Auburn has been kicking our butts and everything lately. I don't know if you've noticed that.
Oh, I absolutely have.
Everything we play them in lately,
Except football last
Yeah.
season.
they're not going to beat us
Yeah.
today either.
Yeah, they're not going to beat us today.
That's right.
We're
Yeah,
going to go
Aaron
undefeated
reminded
today.
us about football. That reminded us of football.
So, if you had to give us an honest record for this upcoming season,
7-5.
7-5, give them a
Sticking with it.
prediction. I think best case scenario, we go 8-4. Worst case, 5-7. Because I think there's a few games that is hit or miss.
Yeah. I think we'll be okay non-conference. We shouldn't lose a game. I don't know. I haven't put a lot of thought into it yet. I want to see who gets hurt, how the freshmen look when they come in. And today will go a long way towards looking at some of our young guys. About half of them are here. And then we'll get the rest of them coming in in a couple months or whatever when the rest of the freshmen come in. Michael, it's good to see you, man.
It's been fun. Thanks for having me on.
I'm gonna go in here I don't think Jesse will get mad if we go in here and show some of the product.
He's the one that's sponsoring that.
Yeah, we're gonna walk around Hound Dogs here a little bit. And if you've never been in this place, we say that Hound Dogs has everything. Hound Dogs has everything here, don't they, Jessica? And they've got Jessica, the coolest, nicest, best looking. I'm gonna just call you a but I know you're more than that, but no. Hey, I hear you. No, she was awesome to me last night. Look at this. Good sales. All kinds of stuff in here. I've said it before. If they don't have it, they'll get it. If it makes it, they've got it. Go ahead, honey. Fine. All the pictures. Look at that. How many of you guys remember the beer barrel? I just now noticed that. I didn't see that last time I was here. I'm going to look into that. Literally everything. So if you guys are local and you've never been to Hound Dogs, first of all, what's wrong with you? Second of all, get down here, man, because, I mean, this is the ultimate volunteer souvenir, memorabilia, merchandise, apparel, everything. They've got it all. They got stuff in here that you just don't see other places. I mean, look at this. And I think they've even got stuff in here you can't order online unless you order it from Hound Dogs. And if you look, got an outstanding crowd in here today. Got Jesse over there, got him eating. Looking good in here today, Jesse. Look at this. You're fine. Tennessee cowboy boots. Are you kidding me? This is awesome. How much is the beer barrel?
That's actually a customer brought it
Made
to
that?
us. And, well, he had a bunch of them and brought it to us, and one that's just put on display.
That is too cool. I never noticed that until I walked around here last night and didn't even notice it. That is awesome.
I wish they'd bring that back.
I know, they should. I didn't really approve of them getting rid of it, but what am I? I'm just a fan, right?
Right.
You got some pull, Jesse. You need to call down there
I
and
got no hold of it.
tell Jeremy to bring it back. Of course, it probably wasn't. I don't even know who took that down. I bet Fulmer would like to see it back. Look at these watches. Nice. But yeah, and you got the all kinds of apparel. Big sale going on today. I now own a pair of these, the shorts and the t-shirts. The Masters going on up here. All kinds of Tennessee caps. Got that clock up there is awesome. I'm telling you, man. Get down here to Hound Dogs. If you can't make it today, I forgive you. If you can't drive, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. If you can't crawl, call an ambulance. But get somebody to bring you to Hound Dogs. Even got the outdoor sale racks. A little bit of rain for the first time this morning. Here's some regulars over here munching down on some Bojangles. Good stuff, right?
Absolutely.
All right, we got people over here meeting Billy Ratliff. We're gonna cut out of here for a while and maybe come back. Shout out to Hound Dog. Yeah, caught that. Appreciate the super chat, Hound Dog. You are the man. We'll be back later this afternoon. You guys get out to the game tonight, get down to Hound Dogs, and we'll see you after a while.